How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Lovers and Friends, Season 1, Episode 4. We're on Episode 4? 3? 4? I put the right one in the description box. So, we are here for the first date, right? Jamel, we find out who Jamel picked. And because the show is Lovers and Friends, their friends get to pick somebody as well. So, we see Jamel and his friends. Now, Jamel picked my first pick for him, which was Jeremy. I know I got his name wrong last week, but whatever. I knew who I was talking about, okay? Jeremy, I really like Jeremy, and so I like that was Jeremy's pick. Now, his friend's pick for him was David. I ain't had no problems with David. But David was the one. No, that wasn't David. Okay, I ain't had no problems with David. David is cute and all of that, but I don't know. They just seem like yin and yang, but we're going to see how that go down. Now, over on Premier's mixer, Premier picked Dennis and couldn't even remember his damn name. So I'm like, how much of an impression did he really make on you? Now, I know I'm the last person to talk about names. I get it. But I wasn't the one picking the date. Okay? His friends got to pick somebody. Now, his friends picked Aaron. But then they wanted a third pick. And, the host was like, hell no, you can't pick. Like, you had a chance to pick, so it's going to be 2 dates, okay? So, the first date we saw was Jamel and Aaron and Jeremy. Listen, y'all, they met down to the Sweet Frog. They got them, some frozen yogurts. They got their toppings and fixings. And they went outside and had a conversation. And I thought they had a really good conversation. I think that Jamel asked some really good questions. What was your worst date experience? Jeremy threw it back at him and was like, tell me about yours. Have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever cheated? That is an important question to ask somebody that you potentially get ready to date. That's not to say that people don't make mistakes and that they can be faithful and all that. But you know what I'm saying. It's important to know these things. Then he asked him about, would you be open, willing to have an open relationship? And I feel like Jeremy wanted to be like, hell nah. But he kind of gave a real political answer and was like, well, it just depends on the situation and the circumstances. It depends on the conversation. It depends on who the third party is. See, when you had that many stipulations on who it depends, the answer is really no. Okay? You just don't want to say no because you on a first date and you ain't really trying to eliminate yourself yet. But for real, he was like, no. They said that there was a little connection coming down the steps, their eyes locked. Jamel said that after he left that day, it was like he was walking on air, honey, like his leg kicked out like in them romance novels or whatever. Now, one thing I will say that Jeremy gave us a word. Because Jamel talked about when he went on that date with the white guy who was a Trump supporter. And he was saying how, he really dates, like white guys or whatever. And Jeremy was like, you know what? I date a lot. He said, I'm biracial, so I'm all good with, I'm all good. I'm open opportunity. He said, and I date a lot of, people outside of my race as well. But he said, a lot of people, because I talk a certain way and, I just don't present, black enough for some people. He said, but what I have noticed here in, down here in Dallas, there's a difference between a man who likes dating, like a white man who is interested in dating black men versus a white man who likes black sex. And I thought that was a very good distinction to make because we know that happens even, in heterosexual relationships. A lot of times you see biracial relationships and sometimes, you might have to question people's intentions, okay? So I thought that was interesting, and so you gave me that good word, Jeremy. Jeremy said, listen, I needed to, he said, you gotta be careful because there's a difference, and I have ran into it. I know it to be true. So they had a really good first date. Jamel was happy. I wish that we had got some confessionals from the, and maybe that's coming later on, but I would have loved to have saw how like Jeremy felt about the first date. Like, how was he feeling? How was he vibing? Did he think it went well? Would he want to go out on another date? Because sometimes, like, people's experiences don't match. Like, I might have had the time of my life and the other person was checking their watch, calling their friends, talking about some girl, get me out of this. You know what I'm saying? Well, not girl, but you know what I'm saying. So sometimes you gotta match up the stories. Okay. Now on the other side, Premier went out with Aaron first. Aaron was his friend's pick, right? And they went go kart. They went to go kart, and again, they had a really good conversation. I feel like the conversation flowed. Some good things were asked. Now, Aaron, don't be telling nobody that when people ask you to describe your music, you can't say on one hand you play guitar and you do like the whole like guitar in a a smoky club type situation, and when somebody asks you to describe your music, you cannot say that you are a mix between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. A boy bye. That don't even make no sense. How you a mix between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, but you sing acoustic guitar? That don't even make no sense, Aaron. And then Premier asked you to sing. Now I'm gonna give you kudos for doing it. That's all. That's all I got. So the date seemed to go well. Aaron was nervous. Unfortunately, Aaron said he's not really, close with his family. They don't really approve of his lifestyle. But Aaron said, "But I'm good with God." And he hit him with this. I said, "Okay, you good with God with the peace sign? Okay, okay. All right then." We found out that Premier does not cook. Premier said that I will Uber eat on Monday, Postmate on Tuesday. I will, go and pick me up something from the Outback on Wednesday. I might get me some hot wings on Thursday. Friday, I might do me, taco. I guess Tuesday would be Taco Tuesday. But Premier said, I do not cook. He said, I can make you a mean ham and cheese sandwich, okay? And I feel like the ham and cheese sandwich comes into place either A, after some real good sex, or B, on a, like in place of, like, breakfast. Like, I'm not scrambling you no eggs, but I'll make you this quick ham and cheese sandwich before I tell you to go. It's time for you to go home. That's what I got from that premiere. I mean, And Aaron was like, please tell me you joking. Please tell me you are joking. And, Premier was like, listen, growing up in my house, we weren't allowed in the kitchen. And it did us a disservice because now me and my brothers don't cook. We don't like to cook. We don't cook because we weren't allowed to go in the kitchen. It was off limits. I said, well, I guess that's it, because my situation was the opposite. My mama tried to cook, teach me how to cook. Child. Now, my sister became a chef. So, it just depends. It just depends. So, now, Premier said that he enjoyed the date. Premier said that he had a good time on the date. And he said he would be interested in going out with Aaron again. So I like that. I like the fact that, Premier went outside of his comfort zone, and found him, and went out, because that was the day his friends chose. But I feel like that he went into it with an open mind, and that, he fully took in the experience to date somebody out of his normal comfort zone. And even if it doesn't necessarily work out between him and Aaron, I like the fact that he took that chance and that he did it and that he had a good time. Poor Aaron, when they did finally go kart though, Aaron was driving like 5 miles an hour. Poor thing. I hope that's not how he drive in real life, child. I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like Premier might be a little too much for Aaron. I don't know if Aaron would be able to handle Premier crazy ass, child. I don't know. Premier asked him, was he very sexual? And the poor thing didn't even know how to answer the question. I said, well, I mean, do you like sex? Do you like it a lot? But I feel like David is a lady. I mean, Aaron is a lady. You got to wine and dine him. He said you have to grease up, warm up the stove before you can cook, okay? And Premier was like, what that mean? That mean foreplay, Premier. That mean you got to, kiss and touch and rub and hug a little bit. Get him warmed up is what he was trying to tell you. Premier said he ready to go. He could just turn it on and just keep it moving. So. Anyway, y'all, that was the episode. So next week we're going to see the other two dates. We're going to see Jamel go out with David. Yeah. And then Premier is going out with Dennis. So we're going to see how that works out. Okay? Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.